Hello guys, I'm left with this piece of fabric. This ain't altogether straight, so I will have to go. That doesn't seem straight. So I want to cut this fabric out now. So I want to take you through everything I do. So I'm going to try and cut this. That should have cut it. Right. Still want a slight bit. And we're going to make something with this one. Oh. Right. And any of the waste I shall be keeping as well. I'm putting back in the scrap pile. Right, so that's straight. And then I need to come in here. And then that side. That's it. Lovely. Right. So we have this and this as waste fabrics. Now I'm going to have to sew this in again, this cover. But if we fold it, there we go. Just fold it for now. Like that. Let's have a look, see which way I like. It's got to be sewn again. Like this one, it's mostly a lot of reds this side. So I've got to sew the inside again. But that will make a nice journal cover. See, I've got to sew this right around again. And then get the lint roller out. Maybe not. But yeah, I've got to pin that down. Let's get a few pins with that, and then that will knock up a nice cover. Could pad it out, but doesn't need it. Honestly, the material's so thick that it doesn't need any interfacing in it or any wadding, padding or anything. It's so nicely thick. That I'm going to use it just as with that on the back, and we're going to do a Christmas journal, and yeah, let's get on with that. So I'll just go right round it, make sure all these edges are down. Little bits that are out I'll just trim off, like this little bit of cotton here, just trim it off, and it's all good to go. Lovely design on it. Well, hello. So this is the next part of the video. Now, if you remember in the part series for the road to 1K, there was some missing footage in there, and Anne asked me if I could show how I sew my signatures in. Well, it's just a basic, I think they call it pamphlet stitch. It's just the basic stitch of it. But how I do it is like this. I only use the cotton that is waxed, because it doesn't seem to tear the paper so much as usual. I used to use elastic, even a bit thicker than this one. Sorry, I've got ink and glue all over my hands at the moment. I used to use a bit thicker than this stretch elastic, and that was fine. But I do like this type of one. You can get these from various places. Now what I do is, you can measure out your holes and that. All I do is I take a piece of scrap paper, I measure it to the size of the book, so that's perfect. And then I take it into half, like this. And sometimes I don't even bother putting it in half, I just do it on the side of it. Get a bit of scrap paper that wants to bend. This one doesn't. Right, and then let me just move that up a little bit. Everything's straight. I've got my pages in how I want them in. Right, and then you'll want a pencil or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this pen because I'm dealing with fabric. I won't see pencil on the back of the fabric. So I don't use a ruler or anything. I go where I think is the centre on here, right? And then I want another 2 dots. Some people do them 2 inches apart. I'm doing them spaced out. That's how I roll. Now find that line. Right, so we mark there, we mark there, and we mark there. And that will give us our perfect. Always mark your piece of paper with a top. Usually I write top at the top there, so I know which way this is around. But there's our lines. Now you want to make sure it's the right way, and then you want to take your cover. If you've got doing paper journal, you might as well add it onto that. But because I'm doing a fabric one and it's thicker, then we have to do it this way. So remember your top, find out where your crease is, because it's more difficult because you're dealing with paper, there's no crease. Right, so just go over. Now I know that line there is where I want it to go. So dot, dot, and dot. There we go. Now we've got a couple of light dots on there, so we know. So what we do now is we bring out, I've got one of these tools. It's a Japanese hole punch. I like this. I really do like using this. So we just put that down over and then we just make a hole. Usually 2 or 3. I'll go right through. Now because this is, where's our pokey tool? Got the pokey tool now. So I'm just going to go right through just to open them holes up a bit, because they're quite invisible on the other side because you've got so many different colours of this fabric as well. And then just open, because this fabric is really thick, and then just open them holes up and then you'll see the holes. So that's that done, and they should be fine where they are. Right, now this one here, I've got a lot of little pieces like this piece at the front here. Right, so I've got to get that into position. We can go, we'll have to go a few times, and sometimes the nozzle bit comes off. It's gone through a few. Let me just open that a minute. I need just to move me bits up. I know you're not supposed to do that, but give me a second, I'll put all that back on after. I've just got to make sure it goes through. Alright, so what I do is I just put my pokey tool through. Now I can see the marks it's made underneath. I can't lift this to show you, but that's where we're going to go again. Right on them marks. Right, come back in here. I know I'm faffing around a lot with it, but it's the way I do it. Right, so we've got them together. Right, so I can see the other ones under here. The middle one. Why am I seeing the middle one? Oh, I see it. So you get little bits of paper come out of it. That's all right. This is a lot of paper in here. A lot. This is why it's taking me so long. If it was thinner, I'd be done by now. But because there's a lot, I don't know where I quite am. I think I'm through, but forget them two last pages from that. Yeah, I'm through. Right, so I'm going to just eyeball this one because it's thinner. There, so we've got the hole now. Right, so I've got all my holes down, and I'm just going to tighten everything back up because it's all perfect now. Still filming. Right, so what you'd want to do is get a nice long piece of your string, your waxed thread. Okay, nice big needle on it, nice strong needle, and then what you want to do is go through your centre. I've got mine open, right, like that. And there's many a times, leave a towel, leave a longish towel. There's many a times that I've actually forgotten to put the cover on. especially with these journals, I've forgotten to put the cover on. So then you want to go in there. Remember, you're coming out of here. You want to go in here, through there, put that onto there, and then pull it. Hopefully I'm right round the right side. Yeah, I'm round the right way. Right, keep that into there for a minute. Keep hold of that, give it a bit more space. Right, and then you want to go into one of your other holes, which is harder to do because, like, at the front we can't see. So now we know it's here. So put your needle there and pull it through. There we go. Now open your book again. Let's bring that right through. Like that. Open your book again. And this hasn't got a hole, this first one. Okay. What we do is we're going to take that off. We don't need a hole through that one. Right, so we should be able to get some of them done. Right, I am particularly up to here. And that one. That one. I put some of my dyed papers in here as well. I'll show you what it looks like after. That one. This is so thick, this journal, though. I've got so many pages in it. And that's as many pages as you can. Then you start getting all this thickness with it. And then what you want to do is get this in place again. Right? And then you want to go into this top one here, which will be easier to do because now I can just lift it and go in to each one. See, I wouldn't need to do all this if it was a lot slimmer and I didn't have pages that were different sizes and blah blah blah. Now in there, over into there, into there, into there, and then into there, which is the front cover, and then pull that through, all the way through like that. Tighten it up a bit. Just don't do it too tight, but do it tight enough, because otherwise it pulls all your book out, I think. And then you've got to try and get back through that first one without pulling it all out. If it comes out, you have to restart again. Right, so I'm going up. There we go. Lovely. Straight in. Now, what I do is I'm going to go under that piece. I'm going to tighten everything up after. Right, we're in. We'll just shut it a minute. Make sure it's all right. Before doing up the cincture, just make sure you've got it all in your place that you want it. And then it isn't too tight in the cinctures that you'll be able to open your book. Because a lot of people make that mistake, then tie it up and think, oh my God, it's too tight. Take your needle out and then make sure you've got it either side of that line. And then tie it once and then do a... You could tie it twice and leave it to hang. Cut these off, put some bits on, which I usually do. But this one and what I've been doing recently is just tying it off and then just doing the bow. So I want to bring that down a bit, that bow, a bit more. And then I double bow it so it doesn't come out. And then it's all ready to go. And this is the only green wax thread I had, so I wanted a darker green, but just didn't happen. So get your snips and snip it off. I will keep some of them towels a bit longer in case I put something on there, which I probably will. And that's it, it's done. It's all in place, it's all lovely. And there's the cinctures there. So yeah. So now I can show you a bit of what I've been doing. So you remember the material. I found this flower clip in my stash. It's a hair clip, but it looks like a poinsettia, doesn't it? And I thought it was really nice. So I thought, right, I'm going to stick that on the front like that. And I'm going to decorate this a bit more. I've made some little pockets and everything. These are my fountain pen papers. Okay, look, in the green. I've done these a while ago. It's a bit blue coming out and grey in there and darker green and that. That was Diamine Beethoven colour. So yeah, I've done a bit of that. I've got all different things in here, so you're not seeing it all for now until I finish it. So tough. You're not seeing it until I've finished it properly. But I love this. Absolutely love how it's coming on. And I've only been working on it for 2 days. I've got to do tags for it. I've got to decorate the inside of it. So all that fun will be coming tomorrow. But I've done some more digital sheets. So there's that one. There's that. There's that one. There's that one. There's that. There's that one. There's that one. I've done 12 in total. I think I showed the other one as well. think I showed you that one because that's not on, that's just on plain paper. But yes, they're available in my Etsy. There's more in the set as well, but I've done the whole book out with those because they're very Christmassy, they're very fun, and they're like, most of them are woodland animals apart from the gnomes, or, yeah, I mean, it's still an animal that, I think they all are, like the squirrel. And then I put a cup with a gingerbread man, and I think they're really nice. There's a little, there is a better robin that I've done. That's just like a bluebird. Let me see if I can find it in the book, because I know I cut it up and put it in the book. There he is there, look. So yeah, if you want to buy that, they're on offer. I've put the price down on them. So you get 12 sheets. Also, I've been messing about because I did buy some papers the other day of a seller, some Christmas papers like that, but they've come out where there's an edge. So I went ahead and started making my own. So I've got some of these. I've got to upload them to my shop yet. Christmas trees. They complement the those papers as well. So if you want any of them, get over to my shop, buy some, and yeah. But yeah, I've just been messing about, printing the papers out, doing some backgrounds for them. So there's 12 sheets in this type, and then I've still got to make some more of these type ones up. This one goes with that one, or any of the blue ones. There was a lighter blue, goes with this one as well. There was a lighter blue in there, but they're not all blue anyway. There, it goes with that type as well. So I've just got to bring out the background pages to go with them that you can buy separately. But we'll get on with this journal. Once I've done a bit more, I'll upload it and I'll share it with you. I'll catch you in the next part of this video.